Well, I do got some very good internet, though. That I'm happy about. Goodness. Some good internet and some shade today. All right, let's see if I can get over here to the chat. All right, very good. What's up, Stacy? What's happening? All right, let me grab this link real quick, shoot it over to the group. Oh, I see now what Lewis was talking about. Let me see something. Content is no longer available. That's like Facebook. So this is happening when? I'm not sure what he's clicking to get that message, but we'll get to the bottom of it. Let me see something real quick. He's saying when he clicks on Team Alliance on the page. Now you're confusing me. I don't know what he's talking about now. All right. Oh, on the group chat. All right, let me see something. Well, he just was talking in there, though. He did something with his computer, now it's acting funny. Alright. Adam, what up? Adam says, brain is hurting. What's the matter? What happened, man? From all this knowledge, huh? All these epiphanies and light bulbs, huh? Yeah, there was one, Stacy. The one that Joshua had posted up. I don't remember what time it was, but there was one. I was taking a power nap at the time, so but I looked at the recording and That was MRMH. Yes, it was. Sure was. Um, all right, that should work. Said it's not used to, your brain's not used to working. That's just fellas in general, I guess, huh? The fellas not used to exercising the brain muscle too much. So I'm looking at the chart right now. It ain't ready. It's not ready at the moment. Right now, there's too much going on. Too much going on. It looks like it has. Actually, the behavior doesn't look bad. It's not the behavior, it's the speed. The speed needs to settle down. That's what needs to happen. Okay, so Lewis is good now. All right, very good. Lewis is good. All right, so that's taken care of. See, told you we would get that situated. All right, cool. Yeah, we need the market to settle down a bit. All right, so yeah, so the conversation that we were having earlier in the chat was very good actually. Adam and Jelani were bringing up questions that led to valuable points being made with regards to the some of the nuances of MRMH. And the nuances are very important when it comes to, just the details of what we do, because the market shows and reveals itself to you over time. As often as we train and we experience everything, the market has a way of helping to teach you certain things that I may not even know to bring up because you haven't seen it yet, if that makes sense. It's like with everything that I may go into in training and even just reinforcement, stuff that we'll talk about even on lives and stuff like that. The market itself is what is exposing you to all of the variances and the nuances of what you're going to see at some point. Stacy said, I'm starting to lose faith. I'm feeling rushed. Stacy, that's how you feel, or I'm not sure what you're saying. You're saying that you're losing faith? Because we're going to talk about that if so. Elaborate on that a little bit so I understand what you mean. What else am I looking at? Let me keep going before I lose my train of thought. I just was thinking about something in particular. Oh, what the market actually does through experience. When you are, we observe the market every day. Like we looking at the charts every day, right? Your observation of the market is the best teaching that you'll receive because it's the market teaching you the nuances. It's the market teaching you all of the variances. Those things can't be taught to you by me. Those things can't be taught to you by anybody. The market itself is what is going to reveal that information to you. Johannes, what's up, man? South Africa, yes. This is awesome. Social media is powerful, man. That's crazy. He all the way in South Africa tuning in. Good stuff, man. Yeah, but the market itself is what teaches you the most. What you're working on personally, like yourself. And let me see what Stacy says. She said, that's how I'm feeling when it comes to the whole trading thing. So you're feeling like that overall, you mean? Feeling rushed? Okay, as you should feel like that. We were on training the other night and I was talking about that. I was talking about like how throughout your journey you're gonna have a bunch of times, like more than one occasion, where you're gonna feel like you can't do this. You're gonna feel like you want to quit or give up, and you're gonna feel like this is something that you can't do. And what's happening to you when you experience that is you're beginning to actually transition. You're shifting. The shift is very uncomfortable, and you don't recognize what you're beginning to see. Anytime that you start to not recognize things, you want to remove yourself from it because it's uncomfortable. Like you start to get uncomfortable with what's going on because it's unfamiliar to you. That applies with this definitely. Like with what we do, that definitely goes on. That's why I was training on it the other night, because it's important that you know that that's going to happen. And you don't feel like it's just you and, this is something that you can't do. Everybody goes through that. What you're feeling right now, everybody experiences that at some point. As a matter of fact, you will more than likely experience that more than once. So like this might be the first time like that you feel like that. And that's good. Because the reason that you're feeling that way is because you're growing. If you look at Adam, what as I'm saying it, he writes it. Growing pains. That's what it is. So literally, as you're growing, that's when pain comes. You see? Yeah, the synergy is official. This is what happens because we on the vibration. So we can't even help it. Them pains come, and sometimes, depending on, I guess, where you are at the moment, it'll be much more amplified than other times that you'll feel it. Like I assure you that the further down the road that you get, it's not going to be as amplified as it is right now. What you feel now could probably be one of the first times that you felt like that, and it feels strong, like it feels overwhelming. It feels like, yo, this is just too much. You should feel like that. And as a matter of fact, if you don't feel like that, I would be concerned, because it means that you're stagnant and you're not growing. And if you ever get into that position where you're not growing, it means that there's something that's holding you back from elevating to the next level that you're going to move up to. So, Stacy, don't be discouraged by that feeling, because I assure you that this is not going to be the first time that you feel that. And this is something that you can do, and it's something that you're already doing. That's another thing too. Like, a lot of times people will be training and doing what we do. You have to go through all of your personal experiences that you're going to go through when it comes to this, because even though we're sharing the same ideology, if you want to call it that, like we're a part of the same thing, we're all doing the same thing, but your journey on the path, that's what I wanted to say. We're all on the same path, but you're on the path. You see what I'm saying? So your experience and your journey on the path, even to the person that's directly next to you, their journey on the same path that you're on is different than yours. As you're, like, look at it like this. You're here, your partner's here, one of your teammates is here. As y'all are moving forward, what if you decide to slow down for a minute? Instead of walking fast, you slow down. He's still walking fast. He or she is still walking faster than you. You decide to slow down and just, you know what, let me just pause real quick and just look over here. You still on the path. You decided to pause and look. You just wanted to take a look, and you're looking around. And when you finish looking around, then you continue on the path. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So you're still on the path. That pause or that slowdown that you needed to do, that was a personal thing. If the person that keeps walking is like, yo, they looking back at you, yo, you all right? Why you stop? And you like, you can go ahead. I'm gonna just stand here for a minute and look around. I just feel like taking a breath real quick. And they're like, all right. And they continue on the path. They know that you'll catch up to them. You see what I'm saying? You're not going to be left behind. You'll catch up, but you decided to pause at that moment because that is your personal shit that you're doing. That's it. All of the discomfort, all of the overwhelming feeling, all of the damn, I don't think I could do this. All of the, I'm about to quit. All of that shit you're supposed to feel. You should feel that. Because nothing that's valuable is coming to you easily. The more valuable that it is, the more of that you'll feel, as a matter of fact. And that's why as you continue to move and to grow and develop and move on the path, every time that you experience that the next time is not as bad as the last time because you've grown. You see what I'm saying? But that's the moment of the growth. When you're at that moment where you're feeling that overwhelming, I can't do it, I want to quit, that's when you're about to pop. That's the moment. That's how you grow. In the moment of that pain is when the growth is happening. So you don't even worry about what it is. Like you're still on the path. When you finish with the emotional feelings that you have, you continue on the path and just do what it is that you do. So that, that's like my best explanation of how to deal with it, because I know that for some people they get very overwhelmed, and for some people they'll just pause and stop and sit down and just sit down and just be there and won't move at all. They'll sit there just like this because they don't know what to do. They're tired, they're exhausted, they don't feel like walking no more. They're like, well, when am I gonna get there? Am I gonna get there? This is taking forever. This is taking a long ass time. So they sit down, but they still on the path. You see what I'm saying? Like once you're on the path, you can't even get off the path. You think that you can get off the path because you want to give up, but you really can't. There's something inside of you that's driving you, that got you here in the first place. Whatever that thing is, that's the reason that you came. That's why when people come into Team Alliance, they can't go. Even when they leave, they got to come back. Because it's like when you leave, you left to do what? You still got to deal with you. So you doing the same shit that you was doing while you were training, but now you don't have the benefit of knowing that there is something that it's leading up to. And then what happens? Then they come back. That's why people leave and come back all the time. It's very. I've studied this for a while. Like since I've started doing this, I've literally studied people and study what people do and what their behavior is. And this is that's where this is coming from. The same way I study the market, I study people who are in training. I study what everybody goes through. I know exactly why somebody's going to do what they do. I know exactly what they're probably going to do next, just based on my experience of the studying. The same way it's like, well, Mark, how you know so much about the market? Because I study it all the time. Well, how you know that people are going to do what they do? I study people all the time. It's really not that difficult to see. Like all you got to do is just observe. So, I hope that that's helpful. I hope that that's helpful. You're gonna be all right. You're gonna be just fine. Jelani said, hang in there. The road is never smooth, but it does have a finish line at the end. Always does. What up, Calvin? What up, Dimitri? Dimitri said it's a feeling, otherwise we would not have had a chance to go through in order to learn the outcome, to gain the experience. Bingo. Adam said, when I get frustrated, I log off and go to the library. I come back refreshed and renewed. Dimitri said, it's good that Mark keeps repeating his methods. It reminds us to stick with it. Our group holds us together like glue. Yes. That's it. That's it. Ernest says, Stacy, there's no quitting. There's no giving up. Get back on. Get back on the damn horse and ride that shit. Yeah. That's Ernest right there. That's like me ranting right there. Calvin said, you're a professional psychologist. Hey, when you study people, that's what you become. It's very interesting too, because I studied myself first. When I began to study myself, that led me to study the market, which led me to understand myself better, which led me to understand the market better. Once I started to understand the market better, then I began to study people. And I began to realize that we're all interconnected. You, other people, and the market are all the same. It's all the same shit. The same behaviors that you see in the market, that is exactly what people do. Think about it. People do the same shit that you see the market do. It's crazy. Like, it's really crazy. Calvin said, I'm good, still up, no losses. Excellent. Stacy said, I'm not going to stop. I believe in the MRMH. Yes, it is. See? And I noticed that Stacy has no intention of leaving and quitting. I know that already. Like, just as sure as the sun is going to rise, I know that certain people just have to go through the emotion. Sometimes you got to verbalize your emotion. You got to say it. Like, yo, I don't know if I could do this shit. You need to say it. Let it out. And then when you let it out, what happens is it leaves, and then when it comes back to you, now that you let it out and released it, it gave you the opportunity to let the vibration hit you again. As soon as the vibration hits you, when it comes back, you're like, hold up, I said that? You're like, I know I ain't say that. You see what I'm saying? Because it was emotion. It was emotion. And that's what you do, is you release emotion. You let it out because it's moving. But when it goes out, it tries to come back, because everything that you put out comes back to you. All of your words, your thoughts, your emotions, and your feelings, everything you saying and doing is leaving you and coming back to you. So that's how you grow and you elevate. You got to let shit go so that you can cleanse. And then when you cleanse, the clarity comes. That's why when it comes back to you, now it's like you got a guard up and it's like you bulletproof. So all of the bullshit that you were putting out, that you released, when it comes back, it can't come back in there, because now the armor is there. So you get the armor around you when you let it go. You got to release it first. Then the armor comes up, because you get on the vibration and the energy brings the armor back over you. Now you bulletproof again. So when it comes back, you're like, nah, that was some nonsense. I don't know what I was thinking. It's crazy. Yo. This is deep stuff, man. Jelani said, I don't want to have to come to California and look you up. Nah, Stacy a rider. Yo, let me tell y'all who sounded like this last year. Who y'all think sounded like how Stacy said earlier, a moment ago? Who you think? I'll let y'all guess who was sounding like that. And this was last year. Bingo. Look, y'all ain't waste no time. The infamous Jay Carly. Come on, man. Come on. Sounding the same way. You see what she's doing now. Come on, man. Ernest said trading is 90% psychology. Rhonda said, be encouraged, Stacy. Some days are a bit challenging because the market behavior can be all over the place. Today is one of those days, and MRMH keeps us safe. It's beautiful. Adam said, I'm thinking about starting a video journal just for myself. Yes, please, please, please do that, Adam. Just for that reason of getting that out into the universe. Yes, because see what's crazy about the videos is you're going to go back and watch the video, and you're not even going to recognize some of the stuff that you're going to say. That's why I want you to do that, because when you let it out, I'm telling you, as soon as you grow and you elevate to that next level, you don't even recognize who that person is that was talking and saying that and saying those things. It's like you're a different person. So you don't recognize that person anymore because that's not who you are anymore. Come on, man. Jermaine said it comes back to that word, patience. Calvin said, I'll never stop. I love this. Come on, man. Come on. This is self. What's the word I even want to call it? It's just self growth and development all the time, man. Like that's what it is. Abdul said most good traders go through that learning era. During that time, it either makes you or breaks you. Training and determination is key. It's a plus to have a mentor and a support group that has been through what you are going through. Preach. Preach. MVS said you get vaccinated. I'm not sure what you mean by that. What you talking about? Yeah, just exactly. No hesitation. Everybody knew who I was talking about. Rhonda said, I've been sitting here counting the MPs for hours today, just practicing. Patience tried, but I still have my profits earned. See, like mastery is something very powerful and prolific because it's the process that leads to mastery. And when you have mastered something, you don't recognize that you've mastered it because now you're in execution of it. It's just like, what's a good example to use? Let's say you walk into a dark room and you're the person, you're about to walk into a dark room, right? And you got a hat on with a light on it, a big bright light. When you walk in the room, everywhere you look, you shine the light. So everywhere you look, you see. The room is pitch black. Everywhere you look, you see, right? Now, there are people in the room. So people in the room are looking at you and they're saying, yo, you know that it's dark in here, right? I can't see anything. All I see is that light. You see them though. You see the individuals in the room. So you're like, what are you talking about? Well, I can see you. You can see them. They don't see you. They see the light. Remember, this is a pitch black room. They can't see you. They see the light, but you see them. But when you went into the room, when you walked into the room, remember the light is on your head. It's on your head. So everywhere you look, there's light. So you don't even realize that you're the light. You're the reason why you are able to see everywhere that you look. You don't know that you're the light. You didn't even know that the room was pitch black. Because when you look around, there's light and you can see. Does that make sense? So this is what I'm talking about as far as when you actually begin to execute. When you're the one actually executing, you don't realize that you're executing and you don't realize that you've mastered something. You're not even thinking about that. You don't even know when it happened. When did you put the hat on with the light on? When did you even do that? Man, come on. That's why I like to do this, because we really get into understanding ourselves so much better. And the more we understand ourselves, the more we begin to understand why patience is required and why we need to develop, these things in order to function and ultimately to put ourselves in a position to be at peace without confusion. It's crazy, man. Calvin said, I enjoy listening to you. It keeps me real at all times. Definitely. Ernest says, when Mother Market humbles you a few times, best training ever. Lewis says, there's a guy standing behind your car. Is that a bus stop there? No. No, I know who that is, though. He's actually waiting for somebody. I see him with the red shirt. Lewis is funny. Lewis is like me. He's like, yo, who the hell is that back there? I see him. I see him. No, he's good. I know who that is. Jermaine said, this sounds like some NLP talk. Abdul says, yeah, he just got into his Uber. You see? Did y'all see that? But I appreciate you looking out, boy. Y'all don't play no games. Y'all be like, yo, Mark, who the hell is that? Oh, man. Abdul said, my first years of trading, I used to spend 10 to 16 hours a day studying the charts. That was 4 years ago, and I still study today. Love for the game to achieve perfection. Yes. Love for the game to achieve perfection. Yep. Adam said, you crap, you guys caught me. Silliness. Let me see something. I'm looking at this 2901 right now. The environment is still not quite there yet. Environment is not there yet. Still got a little bit of speed. Yeah, there's still some speed, and there's also some jerkiness in the behavior. So just keeping an eye on things. Just keeping an eye. Calvin said, it's like I was shooting pool with a friend. I told him it's not a lot of light. He was playing very good. He had gotten used to it. When he added more light, I smoked him. Wow. 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 That's deep what Calvin just pointed out. Joshua said it's trying to stabilize. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Market is trying to stabilize. I like what Calvin just said just now. That is ill right there. Because look at what he described. He described what happens when someone gets comfortable. When you get comfortable with your environment, you adjust to your environment, right? It's the same way that people will be comfortable with losing. You can get comfortable with losing and be just fine with it because you've adjusted and accepted losing in an environment where losing is just something that goes on and you okay with it. It's the same reason why people will, become overweight and obese. That's why they call it comfort food. When somebody starts eating because it makes them feel good and it helps them to remove themselves from the reality and the pain that they feel, that's how they eat and get overweight. You blow up. You will get like there's people that used to be skinny that's mad big now, like hundreds of pounds because of that. So it goes to show you how powerful your acceptance is. Your power of acceptance is way more powerful than people actually realize. Because whatever you accept, you'll execute. Whatever you accept is what you'll manifest. Even if it's bullshit. That's the trick. That's the trick right there. That's the punchline. Even if it's nonsense, it works. Crazy. You gotta be careful what you accept, man. Ernest said Calvin is a Decepticon. Matthew said the mind is a weapon beyond measure. Come on, man. Adam, you become what you think about all day long. On the smallest level too, though. Like it doesn't have to be grandiose. Like it don't have to be a big deal. We talking about little shit. Them look the little things you be accepting adds up. Crazy, man. Crazy. That all of that is hard right there. That's all hard. Wow. Some good stuff, man. Yes. Yes, look at what Adams just said. The power of consistency works both ways. That's it, man. That's it. I was thinking about that the other day. When we, as a matter of fact, we were talking about it. We were talking about like duality. Was that last night? That was last night, actually. I'm bugging. We was just talking about that yesterday on training. About the two voices. That was yesterday, right? Then I'll be losing all track time completely. Wendell said all of us as a baby had to crawl before we walked. Every one of us. Without exception. Nobody came out the womb walking. Oh, I got to write that down. Hold up. Nobody came out the womb walking. Come on, let's go. Let's go. We on the vibe. Lady, you know they're going to give you a ticket there. You play games with them if you want to. Nobody came out the womb walking. That's hard right there. I like that, Adam, because it's corny. He said, except maybe Christopher Walken. I heard this talk about speak for yourself. I walked out. Yes, exactly. You only hear one voice now when you get older. Yep. It's very interesting, too, that you just said that word older, because my awareness of that word now is much different than it has been in the past for me personally. When someone is indicating that, oh, I'm getting older, there's a slight kind of negative connotation behind that, because you feel like the older that you get, the closer that you get into the grave, like that. When older really is the equivalent of wiser, and it has nothing to do with time. It doesn't have anything to do with time. There are people that don't get older. And I'm not talking about their physical appearance. Appearance. What the hell is appearance? Their physical appearance. Older is growth. You see what I'm saying? Yes. experiences. The more experiences that you have, the more positioned you are to grow and to elevate all the time. This is how like young people that do a lot of things when they're younger, they elevate at a faster level than their peers. So you see like younger people be like, oh man, he's wise beyond his years. And he'd be mad young. He'd be like in his teens. But he's wiser than his peers, his contemporaries. And why? It's because of the experiences and the growth. And it's like once you're in a mode of growth, you're getting older all the time. But some people don't get older. That's where I was about to go with that. Some people are not getting older because they're doing it in reverse. They're actually getting younger. They're going backwards. So getting younger is not good. You want to get older because with getting older, it means that you're getting wiser because you continue to grow and to elevate. And it has nothing to do with your age at all. Nothing. It just so happens, and it's coincidental, that people tend to get into that mode as their age increases. So for some people, it might take them 30, 40 years before they start actually doing shit properly so that they can grow and elevate. They start thinking different. It might take, like they'll waste the first 20 years of life on nonsense and bullshitting, and then they'll wait until they're in their 30s to decide that they want to start to grow and to elevate now. But all of the shit that they was doing as young people was a blur because it was nonsense and waste of time. You see what I'm saying? That's typically what happens. But the whole idea of getting older, that's wisdom right there. That's wisdom. That is wisdom. Yes, maturity. That's the word I was looking for. Exactly. Exactly. Jelani said nothing to do with time at all, just more experienced in life than others. Right. Matthew said that's where the saying of old soul comes from. Exactly. Right. Similar to the guy that was on the other day. Yeah, exactly. Baza, I think was his name. The 14-year-old kid. Yes. Yes. Wendell said with age comes wisdom. And see, and that's what I'm saying about age. It has less to do with age. It has more to do with your decision to grow. It's your decision. It's a personal decision. It doesn't matter what age you're at. That's why when kids are young and they make the decision at a young age to put themselves in growth mode, it looks so crazy and awkward because that's not what their peers are doing. That's not what the majority of kids do. You're not used to seeing most kids do that. You're used to seeing most kids be on nonsense and be bullshitting. You know what I mean? So when you see someone that doesn't do that and they're in growth mode, it's like, oh, this dude is old as hell. You see them? And he is old as hell. Because the old means that he is in the mode where he's growing way faster than everybody else that is the same age as him. It's powerful stuff, man. That's powerful. And I'm telling you, everything I be talking about just comes from studying people and studying the behavior of people. Same way that we study the market, and they're so connected and intertwined. It's just like when we're looking at the market and we waiting for the market to stabilize. Think about that. Think about that for a second. It's like, well, why are we waiting for the market to stabilize? Because we can do what we need to do and be at peace. Why you want your kids to behave in the house? So you can do what? Be at peace. When they running around acting crazy, loud, screaming, and jumping all over the place, do you have any peace? Nope. So it's the same principle. It's like, all right, I'm waiting for y'all to settle down. No, we're not going out to eat until y'all relax. Then, so now, as soon as you did that, boom, Now they begin to relax a little bit. They don't just cold turkey it, but they slow down gradually. So it's like you know what to do in order to get them to begin to move in that direction where they begin to stabilize. You see what I'm saying? That's similar to the way that you command yourself to think when it comes to watching the market. You're commanding yourself to wait until the market stabilizes. And you watch with detail. You're looking just like you watching your kids, right? As soon as if you say to your kids, yo, I don't want to hear no noise, right? As soon as you say I don't want to hear any noise, you know that they're gonna make noise. So what you do is you say that, and then you sit there quietly and you just listen. You be like you literally be like, and as soon as you hear one of them whisper, you be like, who's that? And they're like, shh, shh, don't say anything. No, just be quiet. They still whispering. But you're listening. You hear them. You're like, I hear somebody whispering. We're not going yet. I still hear y'all. And then finally they shut up. Eventually they'll shut up. When they shut up, now you feel good. You comfortable. You're like, all right, now I'm kind of hungry. Now we can go out to eat. You see what I'm saying? So you commanded that response from them, but they didn't do it right away. Eventually they did it. That's how we deal with the market the same way. We're not trying to force the market to do it. The market is going to do it eventually. We're just there listening. We listening. Observation. Y'all like that, right? I knew y'all like that. Yep. Yo, Matthew, you the first one that said anything. I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was like, I guess they don't even care. They just ain't even paying attention or nothing. Yep, you hit it right on the head. Yeah, cause my wife she's traveling, so she took the truck. This is my mother-in-law's car. She left me with her car. Yep, different vehicle. Been like this all week, mind you. That is funny. Rhonda said, yes, good stuff, Mark. Works for many areas of life. All day. Yep. Yeah, it is, Jelani. It is. She had this little car for years, man. That's one thing about Toyotas. They do not, it seems like they don't ever break down. Like what year is this? We in 2019. I think she got this car. This might be like 2012 or 13. Was that 2013? Yeah, I think this is 2012, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot. I gotta look on her thing again. Yeah, that's a good long time though. And it don't have, no problems. Just change the oil and take care of it. You'll be all right. Wendell said, I use reverse psychology on mines. I say I'm cutting the internet off. That's what I'm talking about. Yep. Jermaine said, that's why you say don't look at more than one market. Bingo. See, look at how everything is connected and makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Right. Adam said, yeah, we didn't notice he had a different car, but we noticed the guy in the back. That's funny because that's exactly what happened. Yep. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Calvin said, my partner in my business always say he's an old man. Yeah, man. Yep. It's very interesting. I don't I don't think that age necessarily brings wisdom. Age brings the probability of you switching over to a higher level of maturity so that you can grow. It increases the probability because there's people that's old in age and they still stupid. Like they just refuse to become mature. If that makes any sense. Yes, there are very many old fools that I couldn't have said it better myself. Like there's old people that's stupid. They stupid and ignorant and just you don't want nothing to do with them. And you be like, damn, you ain't never grow up, yo. Let me leave you alone. Ernest said, nosy people notice the smallest shit, like the dude behind the car. Because everybody in here is nosy. That's funny. That is hilarious. Matthew said, your mind has to be able to accept the lessons in the experiences. Otherwise, you're just old and dumb. Yeah, exactly. So you got young and dumb, and you got old and dumb. Dumb is dumb. Amen to that. Dumb is dumb. Rhonda said, I call it smart dummy. Know everything till you just can't be told nothing. Yeah, you know you gotta leave them folks alone for real because you just can't tell them nothing, and they feel like because they've reached a certain age or whatever the case may be that they right. In their mind, they right all the time. They be right when they wrong. Yep, and them folks definitely do exist. Know-it-alls. Zone of our own.
Goddamn, you can smell the cologne. Fly nigga shit, fly fresh air. Came back, goddamn, double breast shit. The suit that is.
The suit that is. I like that song. Let me see. King Bunny, can you start making money with $2,000 on NADEX? Matthew gave you your answer right there. You can make money with $100. Make money with $100. I like when people ask that question because it helps to bring about the real question. The real question is, do you have skill? That's the real question. See, and the answer to that question is going to help you realize that it's less about how much you can start with or if you can make money with X amount of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Then it becomes, well, if you got skill, why can't you start with $100? You see what I'm saying? Why can't you start with $100? Yep. And it exposes the level of greed right off the jump. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And that, King Bunny, that's a good question. That's a fair question. That's one of the reasons too. Like I try my best to offer education, like through a lot of the content that I put out, because a lot of people just have a certain mindset and a certain mentality and way of thinking when it comes to investing, for one, when it comes to Forex, when it comes to NADEX. You just have like this association where, well, I want to start with 500 or 1,000, and I want to make some money. It's like, well, if you really consider everything and look at things objectively, just by doing a little bit more research as far as information goes, you want to more so find out, one, what is someone actually already doing with what you want to do. Just like when I started looking into NADEX, first thing I did was I started looking around to see, well, who's actually making money on this platform. That was my first question. Who's making money? When I looked around, I didn't necessarily see anyone actually making money where they were documenting themselves making money. I would see a lot of, there was like a lot of demo trading. There was some education here and there and some training for this, that, and the third. But as far as someone actually making money, where it was like, all right, you make money and then you show how you make money. Like, well, how can I do what you're doing? That's what you do? How can I do that? That's what I was looking for. Because indicators and signals, all of that I knew already was nonsense. I was like, nah, none of that works. It's proven that none of that works. If that worked, you would be successful now, because you would have ran into a signal service or an indicator that works all the time, and you would be a millionaire right now if that worked. It doesn't work. That's why nobody has done that. So anybody that's talking about indicators or signals, that's out the box, out the window. So my next question became, well, who's actually making money doing this? And that's when I went on the lookout to see, well, who's actually doing it. And I didn't really run into anyone that could do what I just pointed out, as far as you make money doing it, and then you can show me how to do exactly what you're doing. That's what I wanted. Couldn't find it. So that led to me figuring the shit out for myself. I had to figure out how to do it myself. And that's how we have arrived to where we are right now. Let me see what Matthew just said. He said, start with $100 has so many lessons in it. Patience and skill are required to grow the account. Two of the most important ingredients to long-term success on NADEX. See that? That's hard right there. Wendell said that's why Team Alliance teaches defense, which lets you win consistently and be safe. Come on, man. Come on. Rhonda said, I started with $100. I know that I can look this up, but I made my first withdrawal today. How long does it usually take to reach your account? About 2 days. You should have it within 2 days, Rhonda. You made it today, so it should hit your account by Friday. Matthew said, yes, defense about defending your account at all costs. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. King Bunny said, thanks for the answers. I keep hearing about signals and it sounds too easy. Yeah, signals don't work, Bunny. They do not work. What you want is training. You want education and knowledge so that you can actually acquire skill. And what it's going to take is market skill. Like, you have to be able to understand the market itself. That's the way that you are going to be able to make money long term in any market, not just NADEX. Any market that you can think of, Forex, the stock market, it doesn't matter. Whatever investing vehicle that you're thinking of or, have in mind, you have to learn how to understand the market itself, period. So wherever you go, if they're not teaching you that, it will not last too long. Some people have success as far as, curve fitting the market. And I like to talk about that because when you curve fit, you basically find a pattern in the market that you recognize, and then you exploit the pattern. The problem with that is what happens when the market switches on you and that pattern is no longer there. Whatever you use to curve fit and to recognize that pattern don't work no more. That's why when you buy strategies, the strategy works for a period of time, works for X amount of time, right? Out of nowhere, it just stops working. And you're like, damn, well, what happened? It was working for a couple of months. This don't work no more. It don't work because you can't curve fit the market. You got to be able to understand and interpret the market all the time. And that's the difference. That's what we do on Team Alliance. Ernest said, we're living in a microwave society now. Nobody wants the process of cooking. They want the chicken popped in the microwave and cooked yesterday. Respect the process. Yes. Yes. Jay Carly said, Rhonda, it depends on the time of day. Sometimes the next day or 2 days for me, usually. Yeah, so Rhonda, like either Friday or Saturday, you should have it if you did it today. Yep, you'll get your money. Jermaine said, I seen someone on YouTube charging $300 plus for signals that work 70% with 5-minute binaries. Bunch of those out there. I'm pretty sure you know about those. Rhonda says sometimes those signals go south. Of course they do. Of course they do. And it's it's an inclusive thing also, because the skill that we're learning is not just about the market itself and understanding it. It's knowing what to do with the knowledge. It's like, all right, now that you know how to interpret the market, what do you do with it? How do you turn that into profits? You need that. It's like pieces that are a puzzle broken into different pieces, and you got to bring all of those pieces together so that it's cohesive and that it works. That right there that I just described, all the puzzle pieces coming together, is Team Alliance, because it does not lack anything that you're going to need in order to be effective when you trade and be successful long term. There's nothing missing. Like, you need money management. You need risk management. You need to understand the way that you're scaling up your account size relative to the existing balance. It needs to make sense. What are you putting at risk? How much are you starting with? Where are you going to take it? What's your goal? Whole bunch of questions that I could ask you all day. And these are questions that you need to be able to answer. So that's why you need direction, and you need guidance, and you need support. And that's what Team Alliance represents. That's what we represent, definitely. Just like how I'm doing a live right now in the car. It's like, well, why are you doing that? Because this is what I do all the time. This is what we do. We trade. This is what I do for a living. I trade full time. So when I'm engaging with everyone, like in the group, and even people from the outside looking in, this is an opportunity, just like how you're coming on now, Bunny, and asking questions. People do this all the time. And the reason that I want to make it easy to access with no friction is because there's not enough education and real information that's being given, in my opinion, that's out there. It's just a lot of information out there, but that don't mean it's valuable information. It's fluff. It's fluff. Just like all of the stuff that I just mentioned. That's all relevant stuff that you need to learn and understand about trading. People, they get into, oh, well, what's the win-loss ratio of that strategy? What are you talking about? What does that have to do with anything? What is the risk reward of your trades? You don't even understand what that means. Like, you're just asking questions that you are regurgitating from something that you read or something that you heard somebody else say. It's not real information. You know what I'm saying? King Bunny said, I have all the time to learn. I want to make this my main income. I believe where you put time in a skill, then that's the skill you master. That's true. That is true. That is true. Matthew said, I would love to know how many so-called gurus actually have students that are full-time traders. Me too. Me too. And I'm talking about, like, where folks are actually documenting. We talking about documentation where you can actually, go and refer to a video or something as far as information and find out the person's story. That type of thing. That, like, this is all stuff that I was looking for. And I couldn't find none of it. Couldn't find none of it out there. But we got some now. And a lot more to come, a lot more of it. Yep. That is a fact. We talking about freedom. Yeah, but Bunny, in all seriousness, this is something that you can do. The fact that you can do it, you have to really take a self-examination, because the time commitment that's required is high. And I'm not saying that you can't have a life. What I am saying is that you would have to incorporate training into your life. Training has to become a part of your life if you really want to do this full time. Just like what you're saying, as your main income, you're going to have to train. Like right now we're training and watching the charts. At this moment. It's like, well, you'll be doing this all day? Yeah. All day. If I wasn't on live right now, I would be watching training videos as I'm doing something else. It don't matter what I'm doing. I could be shopping with my wife. I got earbuds, wireless earbuds that I put one in my ear, and the other one I need so I can hear her talking, of course. But I'm training while we're doing everything. All day. You go in the bathroom, earbuds. It has to become part of your life. Same way that you breathe. Matthew says, sacrifice the time now to live the time of your life. That's it right there, man. That's it. And it's real. It's real. That's the beauty of what it is that we actually do, because we have a support group. We support each other because we all on the same path together. Like, we're literally on the same path together. So it's a natural thing for us to help one another and to grow. That's what we do all the time. Like, we got a 24-hour group chat. We in a group chat right now. We're never not in a group chat. Talking about whatever. Waiting on opportunities for the market to give us. Talking about the market, analyzing what's happening. looking at the environment, talking about the behavior, talking about this, it just don't stop. It's incorporated into our lifestyles and our way of living. You got literally people from all walks of life that are learning this skill right now. Like, I kid you not, truck drivers, you know, people with a full-time job working in the office. There's somebody at work right now. What do Joshua be doing? Joshua works in a call center. When he records his videos, you can hear the conversations of him at work. He's on calls and training and trading at the same time. Come on, man. Like, all it is just a decision. If this is something that you're going to do, you just got to go all in. And it definitely comes. Ernest said, that sounds like me. J. Carr said, treadmill, car, sleep, church. Oh, I told you about when I was in church, right? Did I tell you that story? I was in church with the earbud, and my wife caught me. Crazy. Yeah, J. Carr said, I don't think anyone on TA just wants a hobby. Ernest said, wife, you in the charts again? Me, yep. Because you in my wallet all day. Yo, Ernest, you know I'm using that, right? He said, need to replenish. Facts. Exactly. You tell her that, she leaving you alone. She let you do whatever you need to do. That is a fact. Oh, man. Yes, I'm using that. Jay Carly, can you interpret that for me? I said, hello, thank you for the sum is very. What is Sharla? What does that mean? Them two words I don't know. Sharla and Ayuda. Wait, let me copy and paste it into translator. Oh, thank you for the conversation. Ayuda, right? Okay. Thank you, yeah. I kind of knew that word, but I couldn't remember. El gusto es mío. I'm on it. Pleasure is all mine. What's up with this market? This market. It's still getting there. It is still getting there. Yep. It's nice today too. Nice out here. It's right in that in between weather where it's like it's a nice cool breeze. And it's warm too, but it's a cool breeze. So it's like you good. You just comfortable. That's how the weather is today. Very nice. Jermaine, can you explain the MRMH from earlier? Had a back tick 50 some seconds. Jermaine, did you read the chat? Because I kind of went into detail about it in the chat. And yes, that is an internal question. Even though if I talk about it, people still know what the hell I'm talking about. But yeah, it definitely is internal. But the explanation that I gave in the chat, that will clear it up. What are you like wondering about? You're wondering why it was MRMH, or why would I consider that to be that? Is that really what you asking? Like, why would I say that that is? Which training were you talking about? Um, Wait, what you talking about now? I'm not sure what you mean now. I thought you were referring to the MRMH from the chat. Oh, so okay. If I understand what you're saying now, you didn't see the MRMH discussion in the chat. Is that right? J. Carly be on them. She's like, yo, don't be asking none of that, yo. Yeah, don't ask none of that over here, Jermaine. Bunny Nicholas, is that you? Okay. Jermaine said, let me be quiet. Jermaine, if you look in the glue chat, you'll see what I was talking about when I mentioned the MRMH from earlier. We had a whole conversation about it. Like, Joshua had posted a video about it, and then we had a discussion. I think that's what Jermaine is actually talking about, what I just said. He was referring to when I mentioned it earlier and didn't know what I was talking about because he didn't see the conversation in the chat. If I'm understanding that now. If not, and you just talking about some whole total other shit, then forgive me. That's my bad. Oh, let me get you set up, Bunny. Bunny, you see this link right here I just put in there? Send me a friend request on Facebook. And you also are about to receive an email. You know what TikTok is? I was talking. What's funny is that I had mentioned it yesterday to my daughter. She's 7 years old, and she explained it to me. J. Carr said, "Yeah, it's for trolls." But what is it though? It's a social media platform? Is it similar to anything? Oh, you talking about something else? Okay, all right. I'm asking because I know that we old, so we don't really be knowing about none of that really. The reason that the reason I even found out about it is because I heard a kid mention it. Like, he was saying he was on it. He was like, "Yeah, I'm on TikTok." So I was like, "Oh, that must be something." I think it's something kind of like similar to Snapchat. All right, so Bunny, you should have the email now, and I'm just waiting for you to hit me on Facebook with the friend request, and then I'll get you all set up. That's what it is. So okay, yeah, yes. So is it more so a video platform? Is that what it is? I guess you could do like what, like special effect type videos. Is that what it is more so? And I'm just curious more than anything. Okay, I got you. I got you, Bunny. I don't know why they do that. Why do they do that? Environment is almost there too in the market. Kids always call like 4 times. I told them I'd call them back. All right, so we should be good there. But I tell you, kids call like 3, 4 times. Jesus. All right, so that's good. And all right, so Bunny, you in the group chat now too. So say hello to everyone. And everyone say hello to Riley. My audio still there? That's what I don't like about when they call. My audio still there? Yeah, it's still there. All right, it's still there. Jermaine's still confused. That's funny. Yeah, you're gonna have to, cause now I don't even know if you were asking what I thought you were. I thought you were asking. I thought that your question was in response to what I initially said about the MRMH earlier in the live. I thought you were responding to me, but you might just be asking a question. I don't even. I'm told I'm lost now. You might have just been asking a question. Oh man. All right, so Riley, that's the password for the room, for the live room. The details for that is in the email that I sent you. Okay, so when you check that out, there's also a tutorial video in there that Jay Carly did that explains how to access the room. Jesus. Yo, my kids be out of control. Yeah, then you mentioned we went over that in training the other day in the chat. We went over that in training. What was I talking about though? Because I don't think those are the same things. Whatever I was talking about that I said that we went over in training is not what I was talking about today when I said, oh no, it is. You're right. No, you are right. Now I understand what you're asking. Okay. We'll talk about that on training. We will talk about that on training. It's one of the nuances actually of the process. It's one of the nuances of the third phase actually. So yeah, we'll talk about that on training. Just remind me to elaborate on it. Very good. I'm glad we got to the bottom of that because I would have been just going on and on until I understood what you was talking about. And I didn't really want to do that. All right, so let me see something. Yeah, the environment is getting there. It's getting there. Right, exactly, Jelani. Exactly. Exactly. Said the 420 looked like a TOD trade, huh? Trade or die. Joshua, he really studies the way that I trade a lot of times. He definitely does. He studies. And you know, the skill set that you're learning to develop is not something that you got to rush to get. Like it's something that comes. With skill comes the elevation of skill. You know, I believe that you elevate more the more patience that you develop. The patience aspect of our skill set is the most important part. Worry about that the most. That's why like stuff like what Rhonda was saying earlier about, you know, how she is waiting and she's working on just being patient. Every time I hear someone talk about that, I know that they are working on the elevation. They're working on it. And it's coming. It's one of those things that are just like inevitable to come, pretty much. Yeah, but this environment look all right. All right, so it look like it's another what? It's 4:20, so like another 20 minutes or so on the charts, and then market is gonna close at 5. So I typically shut it down like 4:45. I don't do anything beyond that, and then come back on around 6:30. That's just a personal thing that I like to do. When I come back on after the market reopens, I won't even get on the charts until like 6:30 to 6:45 and start looking. So more than likely, that's what I'll do. But you know, another 20 minutes, you never know what could happen within this time also. So just keep your eyes on things. But let me get out of here, go mess with these kids real quick, and I'll see you guys on training. Riley, check your messenger. Okay, you actually did respond. Very good. All right, so let me finish getting you set up real quick, and make sure that you're good to go. You all right, girl? Jeez, she sounding a little crazy. All right, Riley. So everything is in Messenger now. So you good to go. All right, y'all.